Liverpool Community Podcast. I'm your host, Chase Johnson Lynch, and I gotta tell you, I am loving our guest today. You know, this is really like old times for me and everything. We go way back, and I'm here joined by choir mistress Stephanie Carr. How you doing, Stephanie? Well, you said it.
I'll take it. I'm a mistress, master, whatever you want to call me. I'm Grace.
You lead a choir. You know, you've been doing it for some time. I mean, I think if anybody's been watching any kind of television or internet, they would see you because with all those magic curls of yours, you know, swinging in the balance. But basically, you know, we're going to go down like your path and everything else like that.
But memory lane.
Yes, we are. We are. Yeah, we're only going to. No, we're only going to trip. No, of course not. Let's see. Now, back in 2014. No, first of all, you're a singer and everything like that. And, you know, and you had a group. We worked together in the past. You had a group called The Regrets. But you were also always a performer. But you, even as a local Liverpool lass, you managed to make yourself shine and be on television. And one of the biggest appearances, I think, from this timeline I got is in 2014, where you performed on the MTV Awards.
Oh, yes.
You know?
So, yeah, that was when the MTV Awards came to Liverpool, it was the Echo Arena at the time.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that, yeah.
Yeah, it's now the M&S. So I was lucky enough, I had to audition, a London agent came and auditioned. We were quite lucky actually because, you know, you mentioned I was a singer, but prior to being a singer, I was a dancer, a professional dancer. So as you can imagine, everything's up in London.
Yeah.
So you used to have to get the train weekly for some sort of audition. But because the MTV Awards were hosting, Liverpool, we were hosting the MTV Awards, the agent came to us. Wow. So I think they actually auditioned in London, I think it was Birmingham and Liverpool.
Right.
And yeah, I was lucky enough to be selected.
And not only were you selected, but you were also on stage with Katy Perry and Pink. Yes. That's no fault. Yeah. That's no small feat.
No.
And I believe the song was "I Kissed the Girl" and I liked it.
So at the time, Katy Perry actually presented the MTV Awards.
Oh, wow.
And so she opened the show.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can remember it, but there was a proper huge lipstick. And she was kind of in American football.
Yeah. The gridiron football gear with the shoulder pads and stuff like that.
So she opened the show and we were cheerleaders. So we were all dolled out in cheerleader gear with pom-poms.
Yeah.
And it was actually a really tough routine that we had to learn. I think we were in rehearsals for like 2 weeks prior, like every day slogging away, like 9 till late at night. But it was an amazing experience.
I mean, so was that one of like your first experiences, you know, as you embarked on this career?
No, so I think the MTV Awards were actually at a time when I was winding down. I think I was getting a little bit older. And I mean, I've been dancing for years before. I trained since I was 16. I went to a place called Merseyside Dance and Drama Centre here in Liverpool. And then, I just started performing ever since graduation, really. That was many years ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, when did the Regrets come along then?
So the Regrets came along. I'm really shocking with time.
I know we had to try and go over time earlier and everything like that, but all right, let's just say you got involved with the Regrets.
Yeah, so actually how the Regrets came about, again, prior to that, I started a girl band with one of my best friends, actually with 2 of my best friends. We were called, I've gone and forgot the name, Cherry Dolls. We were called the Cherry Dolls.
Nice.
I think we had a few different names, Misunderstood, I think we were called as well. I started that, I think, when I was about 20,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pushing 50 now, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do
yeah.
the maths.
Yeah.
And then after that was when the regrets started. So the regrets was just basically a soul and Motown trio, and we just did parties, clubs, weddings, you name it. We done it. It wasn't, the regrets weren't to get any type of record deal. It was just to kind of do the circuits, the local circuits.
Yeah, but also too is because I mean, like we're talking about in the millennium, you know, doing MTV and all this kind of stuff. I think we met around this time and everything, where it's like, you know, we made a music video.
We did.
And everything, and I still have that, but I can't remember the name of it.
So I
And
think
stuff. All I remember is the girls by the water. I mean, by the pool.
I can't, you know, my memory's shocking, but I remember making a music video with you over the water.
Yeah.
I was a solo artist. See, I've done so many things.
Yeah.
And it was the song called Freak Out, maybe? I think it's still on YouTube. Chase.
It is still on YouTube. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, please look for it. Stephanie Carr. Why we're gonna keep it? No,
honestly,
yeah.
no.
You were in the shower. Then the pool side. Yeah, Jade Michael, who went on to be. He was in that Scousewives. Remember the Liverpool Scousewives? Yeah. So I mean, you know, look at that. We start careers here and everything like that. But no, that was amazing. But then also too is that you guys actually performed with Alexander O'Neal.
We did, yeah.
So tell me about that.
Yeah, so I think we knew someone who knew Alexander, and he was performing in Liverpool, and obviously it's Alexander O'Neal.
Yeah.
One of the greats.
Yes, that's right.
So we were like, is there any chance that we could perform Saturday Love instead of this Chirel?
Yeah. All right, I didn't even think we were going to get any singing, Phil.
Yeah, and the answer was yeah, and we didn't actually get to rehearse with them.
Yeah.
We just got sent the track with the vocals on, so we had to rehearse, just us three. And literally, we went on stage. We hadn't performed with them before, but we went on stage with them. And I think that's actually on YouTube as well. Sang with Alexander O'Neal, and that's definitely a highlight, isn't it? That's definitely,
of course it is. Of course it is. Yeah, because he was one of those, because Liverpool was also one of those places where we get those, like, I think it was like Heat Wave or something like that. You know, what was he? Hudson Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're bringing like these legendary R&B artists to Liverpool and everything. So, I mean, like, Alexander O'Neal was one of them, obviously, and everything. So, I mean, that's amazing. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was like, "What? Wait, you got me some soul singers? You got me some soul singers?"
With a ciggy, he loved to smoke, so we had a ciggy. But yeah, that was fantastic.
Oh wow!
It was definitely a memory I'm proud of.
Did you say he was Lord Woodbine's son or something?
Yeah, Hudson. Yeah, he was Lord Woodbine's son. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. No, definitely. You know, Lord Woodbine, the famous one who drove the Beatles to Hamburg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not because also Barbara Phillips. I'm giving a shout out to Barbara Phillips because I tried to get her on my show.
Oh, really?
Thanks, Phil.
And
Thanks.
did she say no?
I'm not going to say she said no. I'm
said
just still waiting.
Still waiting for the reply. Come on, Barbara.
That's right, Barbara. Come on. Come on. I'll get it, you know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. So that wasn't your only TV experience on MTV, because you actually, because you were talking, well, first of all, before we talking about that experience, let's talk about the LMA Choir, which is now the choir.
Yes.
All right,
because
basically it started out as a flash mob. I like this story.
Yeah, so this is a story I love to tell. A really good friend of mine, a childhood friend, Carr. I was working at LMA at the time. I was creative director and a tutor. So I had these amazing students, and Carl had reached out and said he wanted to do something really special for his 10-year wedding anniversary for his beautiful wife, who's actually passed away now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry to say. Laura, it was their 10-year wedding anniversary. Laura suffered from MS at the time, and he wanted to do something really spectacular and something we'll remember. So I put my thinking hat on and created a flash mob. So you've probably seen
And this is probably one of the early flash mobs as well.
Yeah, exactly. We sang, so I gathered a load of students together and we sang Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. Yeah. And it was a surprise for Laura, and we sang that down in Liverpool 1.
Can you imagine that?
It was just, you know, I've got to say it was one of the best experiences.
Yeah, because it was a big viral moment, wasn't it?
It went viral. I mean, Ashton Kutcher tweeted it, Piers Morgan, Lil Wayne. Is it Lil Wayne?
Yeah, Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne, got it like that.
And it's got millions and millions of views. And Laura loved it, and it was just a real special moment.
But it also was a good launching pad for you guys with the choir, because then you started doing being asked to do different things. So you said you were like on Pitch Battle or something.
A show called Pitch Battle got in touch with us. That was a show, I think it was on BBC One. It involved Will Young, Khalees, Gareth.
Yeah. Oh my God! I remember from that.
A choir.
Yeah. Gareth Gates, I think it was.
No, not Gareth Gates.
Gareth Malone.
Gareth Malone is the one.
Thanks, Phil. You know what? Because it's such a rare singer, rare song, Phil, my man, is the crypt keeper.
Oh, okay.
So like, if it comes to old songs, that Phil knows that.
It was Gareth Malone. So we went on Pitch Battle. We got and actually there's a story link here that I'll tell you later on. But the choir that won, we didn't win Pitch Battle. We got quite far, and again, you can watch our performances on YouTube.
Yeah.
Fantastic. The choir who won were called Leeds Contemporary Choir, which there's kind of a link to now. But yeah, and then after we done Pitch Battle, the X Factor got in touch.
Yeah, about like around, we're talking about like around 2018, not to date everything, but
Yeah, I think it was 18 or maybe
You said it was
before.
2018, yeah.
But by then, Chase, the guys in the choir, the original choir, some of them had graduated and moved on to do, amazing jobs. Some of them were on cruise ships, traveling all around the world.
Yeah.
So I was like, shoot, what am I going to do? There was still some remaining, so we kind of rejigged. Yeah,
because I think it started out as a really big choir. I remember that, but then it's been dwindling, But you,
smaller and smaller.
Not only, but the main thing about it is as it got smaller and smaller, it was more contained because they really loved you and loved the work and stuff like that. Because you guys still managing to still perform today, aren't you?
I think we're a vocal group. Rather than, we still, we'll call it the choir, but because there's like 12 of us, I think now, we're a vocal group. And we were great on the X Factor. We got to the live shows.
Yeah.
We got booted out on the second live show. But we'd already, Robbie Williams was a judge.
Well, I was going to get to that.
You're going to get to Robbie.
Of course.
He's the man.
So, Robbie Williams was a judge, but he seemed to love you. I mean, you know what I mean? Because of all the work you were doing and everything and stuff like that. Tell me about that, because you're like, hey, bro, Robbie's looking for you, or something like that.
So I think we had a special bond with Robbie. I think he really connected with us. He's northern, we're northern. He's just got this beautiful, special energy, and I think what you see of Robbie on TV, or what you know of him from the past, he's really a different person when you meet him, I think. So we had this connection, and we hit it off.
Because basically he wanted to work with you. He said he offered you, he wanted you to open schools with him.
He did. So actually how that happened, I was in wardrobe and someone said, Robbie's looking for you. So I was like, I wonder what for. And then I found him and he asked me, his exact words were, Steph, do you want to open schools with me all around the world?
Mm.
And I was like, you know, trying to play cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no. Let me think about that. I got my schedule.
Have a little think about that. No, I was flabbergasted, absolutely flabbergasted. And of course, the answer was, of course, I want to open schools with you all around the world. It didn't quite happen.
No, but he did end up.
He got involved with
Element, yeah.
I kind of said, well, here I introduced him to, at the time, my husband, but now he's my ex-husband. So yeah, Robbie got involved.
Yeah.
And that X means so many things.
Okay, Steph. We said we weren't going to go down that road.
I digress.
So, but basically, I mean,
so
these led to live performances with Robbie.
Yes.
Like such as Hyde Park.
But then when we got boosted out of the X Factor, he vowed, he was like, Steph, I absolutely love you, and I promise we're going to work together. And at the time, you know, we were devastated. We'd just been kicked out. And we were like, Robbie says he's going to work with us, but he probably won't. Blah, blah, blah. And he was true to his word. We went on to do some fantastic things with Robbie. So we performed with him at Hyde Park. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people at Hyde Park.
Did the Christmas show, I think.
We've done his Christmas show with him at Wembley Stadium.
Whoa.
Which was another just
was that like
moment.
Was that like one of your biggest platforms, do you think, in performing?
I think so. I think Wembley and Hyde Park. I think.
Yeah, I know.
They're on Carr, aren't they?
Yeah. But it's kind of like when people play Wembley, they go,
you're
"I
right.
played Wembley." You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can say, I played Wembley.
Hey,
We
Phil.
played Wembley.
Phil, have you played Wembley?
No.
Oh, poor Phil.
Did you know I played Wembley?
I'm very, very impressed.
Thank you. No, it was fantastic.
Yes.
We also, because I think the Wembley show was his Christmas, he released a Christmas album called Christmas Present, which we feature on. There's a couple of songs on there that the choir are on, and I actually have got some writing credits.
Whoa, wait a minute. So, wait a minute. Let's name this Christmas album. What's it called?
The Christmas Present.
Right. So, I'm pretty sure it's available on Spotify or out there.
Yeah,
and
Spotify. It's on all major platforms.
Yeah. What's your song? Do you know?
So we were on a couple, and you put me on the spot again.
Oh, man, I know I should have asked.
So Rudolph.
Rudolph, yeah.
Yeah. One of them, I think, got to number 2.
I'm pretty sure your name's on it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, my name is on it. Our name is on it. Rudolph, Winter Wonderland.
Ooh, I love Winter Wonderland.
There's a song called Happy Birthday Jesus Christ,
Nah.
which we're on.
I know what I'm getting next Christmas, Phil.
Exactly. And then because of that album, Robbie actually, he'd done a TV show called, not the Robbie Williams TV show or Christmas TV show, which was on ITV. And we were guests on that show as well, so we performed that with them. We performed Angels as well with a certain arrangement of Angels.
Wow.
It goes on and on. We've done some amazing things.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, before we move off of that, Phil is just like gotta be the best written song ever. I mean, Come and Hold My Hand, I Want to Contact the Living.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I've
just
got goosebumps, Chase, because
I get goosebumps every time I hear it.
The lyrics. And if we're completely honest, prior to working with Robbie, I wasn't a Robbie Williams fan.
No.
I'm an R&B, old soul. I'm into the Temptations.
Yeah, of course.
And when Robbie and Take That was out, I was listening to Jodeci.
Yeah.
Talk to Me, and the classics. But I've got to say, I've definitely become a Robbie Williams fan. And I was talking about a link before. So the guys who won Pitch Battle, the Leeds Contemporary Choir, one of the lead singers, Adam, let's skip to Robbie's film, Better Man.
Oh, right, yeah.
He is what's his second name? I hope I've got his name right. I follow him on TikTok and I forgot his name. Phil might know. He plays Robbie Williams' voice. So we're in the theatre watching Better Man with the choir went together, and we're like, oh, it's Robbie singing, obviously, because it's Robbie's voice.
Yeah.
But it's not Robbie's voice.
Yeah.
So he actually plays Robbie's singing voice, and he's phenomenal. Like, he is identical. You think it's Robbie.
Yeah.
So that's the connection. But those songs now have took on a whole new meaning after watching Better Man, after watching that movie. The lyrics, and it's where these songs are placed in the film, in the movie. Wow, Come and Hold My Hand.
I can't see. I got to see this movie now. I mean, because
I can't believe you haven't seen it, Chase.
You know what? I don't think it's come out here yet.
It's. I've watched it like I've went the pictures 3 times.
All right, Steph, don't try to embarrass me. But like,
no, it's not out.
Yeah, it's not out here yet. It's out in the States. Yeah, I mean, just the show, the time we recorded the show, Steph. Thanks. But listen, I just have to say this because, I mean, like, I'd be remiss if I didn't, though. But like I said about Feel, is like, I've been part of this, this psychotherapy group and everything, and we would sing Feel every, weekend and stuff like that with the group. And at the beginning, there would be that reluctancy of like, Robbie Williams, no, I'm not going to sing that song. And then by the end, it'll be like, oh my God, everybody's all up in arms and everything. Like, one of those big church socials. Yeah. So, but it is an amazing, if people give it a chance, it is amazing, which hopefully they do with the film as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Despite what you think of a person in their past.
If you like Robbie, if you don't like Robbie, this film is a separate entity. I know it's his life, his biopic, but it's just, it's phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, it's a must.
Exactly. Well, now back to you. Is like, so as far as like, where your journey is taking you, because you've been on this long journey and stuff like that, and I mean, and the journey is never over. So I mean,
my journey's just beginning, Chase.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
So I mean, basically, you're looking to get into doing some presenting, and everything. New life, new dreams. I like that.
New life, new dreams.
But you just finished a short film that might be going to Cannes. You want to tell us about that?
A short film called I Am Enough. So a friend of mine, Carol Irwin, she's fantastic. She does a number of different things. She has a talent agency with young kids. She provides young kids for shows, TV shows, films, like some of the biggest films and shows in the industry. LSI Talent. But Carol also has a production company called Wild Ralph Productions. So her and her daughter Lauren, they wrote this short film called I Am Enough, and it's about kids with mental health. Now, initially, Carol asked me, would I come along and teach the kids a song? So there's a song that features in the movie that her daughter had written called I Am Enough.
Wow.
So she's like, do you want to come along and teach the kids the song? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I asked Cameron, who's in the choir, to come and assist me. And like the night before, she'd sent through a script, and she'd scripted me and Cameron in the film, and I was like, Carol, I wasn't expecting to be in the film, and she was like, oh, you'll be fine, just come along. So I'm like 12 o'clock at night trying to learn these lines.
Wow.
But anyway, went along, had a fantastic time. Some of the I mean, by all means, I'll send you the film. You can judge it for yourself. But these kids are just phenomenal. Their acting is just outstanding. So we made this film, had a great day, and then just went about our business. And when you're involved in something, I think you don't realise how good something is, because you kind of, you're busy acting or trying to act, and then Carol showed me the film. It's only a short film, I think it's about 15 minutes. And the tears, I was just blown away by how good the film is, by how good the acting is. It's she does this thing called Camera Ready Events, and it's kind of, she invites young kids to come and be involved, and she writes a script, and they get to experience lots of different things, from acting, from producing. It's kind of a bit like what you do.
Yeah, and
this film was just fantastic. And So she messaged me the other night and was like, are you sitting down? And I was like, why? And she was like, we've been nominated. I think we've got through the first round for the Cannes Film Festival. What the hell? I was like...
What is it that she can't do?
Literally, yeah. I mean, there's another process. I think there's a number of processes to go through.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's got through the first round.
Yeah, it's called like the judging panel, yeah.
Yes, so it's got
and everything,
through
yeah.
that.
If you need a chauffeur.
So, yeah,
anything like that.
Phil.
You know what? Phil also drives.
Do you also drive, Phil? So he's the gatekeeper.
The crypt keeper.
The crypt keeper. The master of all knowledge. And a chauffeur.
Yeah.
Yeah. General whippersnapper.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case. Just in case.
So that's really, really
You know, I mean,
exciting.
no.
Best cast.
Yeah, but also it's too. It's amazing though that like you just really, you know, changing with the times as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's like and then that's really a testament to you and your spirit. You know, or like that can't stop, won't stop spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and everything. So that's just amazing stuff. You know, and you know, because I think you're looking to join the podcast universe as well.
I think so, yeah. So I've got some great ideas. I'm in some talks with some people. I know that's a bit...
Yeah,
I'm in some talks with some people.
Hopefully that means us, right?
I've
No.
got issues, yeah. It's Phil.
Yeah.
It's
No, not Phil.
It's Phil.
Listen, there's a
yeah.
rivalry between me and Phil. I think you should understand that.
No, I've got some great ideas. And I've had some really exciting meetings with some influential people.
Yeah.
A short story. So I had to sign an NDA for a TV show that was. It was going to be brought back. It was an old TV show. So I was up for that to feature on this show. So I had to sign an NDA, so I can't tell you what it is.
Yeah.
But it fell at the last hurdle. It didn't get commissioned at the last
I hate it when
hurdle.
that happens.
I do too. But you know what? I loved the process.
Exactly.
I met some amazing people. Spoke to some exec producers at ITV. So, you know...
So you could get people on the phone.
Yeah, I think the lesson is, Chase, nothing's a waste of time.
True.
And you can take what you want from all different experiences. Yeah. And when I was told...
And you got to go for it, right?
When it was told it's not getting commissioned, I wasn't devastated. I took what I took from it. It was a great experience. I grew and I learned from it. And it's on to the next.
Yeah. Well, Steph, I mean, like I said, can't stop, won't stop. What
There's a song there
Yeah, that was a Puffy thing, but we don't talk about him. But
I had a conversation yesterday about that. We have to separate the man from the music.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, I just want to thank you for coming here and joining us here in the studio, Stephanie. I mean, it's been great catching up with you as well. I mean, I don't know when the last time we talked, but but it was ages. But this has been a really great conversation. So I want to thank you for joining me here and everything. I'm Chief Johnson Lynch. This is Stephanie Carr, and you know what? For now, we out of here. All right.